Ever feel like you're stuck in a loop, repeating the same old patterns, wishing you could make lasting changes, but never quite getting there? What if transforming your life, achieving your biggest goals, and truly becoming the person you want to be was simpler than you ever imagined? Welcome back to Bummary, where we distill powerful insights from the books that change lives. Today, we're diving into the incredible real-world impact of one of the most transformative personal development books of our time, Atomic Habits by James Clear. The heart of the matter, the power of tiny habits. James Clear's Atomic Habits isn't about grand, sweeping resolutions or relying on sheer willpower. Instead, it's a brilliant, no-nonsense blueprint for building good habits and breaking bad ones by focusing on the power of tiny, incremental improvements. He argues that most people focus on goals, but it's the systems that truly lead to consistent, meaningful progress. His core philosophy is built on the idea that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. He champions creating small, easy habits that you can stick to, which then compound over time into massive results. It's about being 1% better every day, making the cue obvious, the habit attractive, the action easy, and the reward satisfying. The goal isn't just to achieve a specific outcome, but to embody the identity of the person who achieves those outcomes. This book promises to show you how to set up a life where progress is almost inevitable, one atomic habit at a time. Inspiring Transformations: 5 Lives Changed by Atomic Habits. These real-world accounts showcase how the principles of atomic habits have profoundly impacted individuals across various aspects of their lives. Our first inspiring story comes from a Reddit user who revealed how atomic habits completely changed her life by helping her reform her relationship with food and exercise. This autistic woman struggled with demand avoidance, a feeling of being mentally blocked from tackling big changes. But the book's emphasis on tiny steps blew her mind and finally got her to take action. By applying the 2-minute rule and other small habit strategies, she lost 5 pounds in 3 weeks, stopped binge eating for emotional comfort, and began going to the gym 3 days a week, something she had never been that person to do before. These modest changes snowballed quickly, transforming her health and confidence. In the same discussion, another commenter noted that focusing on baby steps helped her overcome perfectionism and paralysis. Instead of doing nothing, she started with small tasks, an approach that proved huge for keeping her man and dogs happy, her house clean, and the pounds finally peeling off after years of stagnation. This story shows the profound impact of letting go of the all-or-nothing mindset and embracing consistent, tiny improvements. Next, we have a powerful testimonial titled 1,461 Days Later, How Atomic Habits Changed My Fate. This individual recalls being labeled dumb by tutors and crying over countless insults and setbacks in school. Mathematics was his worst enemy. He abhorred math and routinely floundered in subjects like algebra. The turning point came when a new teacher introduced a different approach in line with Atomic Habits principles, emphasizing consistent incremental practice rather than cramming or harsh criticism. Embracing the 1% better mindset, he simply showed up every single day to study, focusing on small improvements. Over the next 4 years, those atomic habits compounded into massive results. He went from the bottom of the class to scoring 89% on his high school exams, a top-tier score that astonished everyone who had doubted him. Incredibly, he even pursued an advanced degree in mathematics, the very subject you once dreaded. He credits the philosophy of atomic habits for this turnaround, proving that small, sustainable changes in daily study habits can lead to massive transformations in life. This emotional journey from despair to academic confidence shows how habit change rebuilt his identity, turning a once deemed hopeless student into a disciplined high achiever through the power of tiny, consistent actions. 3. 30 Days to Habit Mastery and Routine Control. Our third story highlights a structured 30-day challenge applying Atomic Habits principles, detailed by a poster on our Deciding to Be Better, who explained how it changed his daily life. He stated that he had always struggled with consistency, often giving up on new habits after initial motivation. Determined to finally break that cycle, he followed a structured month-long plan drawn from the book, actively implementing one small habit strategy each day. For example, in week 1, he started ridiculously small, reading just 1 page a day, using the 2-minute rule to keep it easy. He stacked habits by pairing reading with his morning coffee on day 2. He made the cue obvious by leaving the book out on day 3. He kept a habit tracker for motivation on day 4, and avoided an all-or-nothing attitude by never missing 2 days in a row on day 5. In week 2, he added techniques like temptation bundling, no social media until I've read, environment design, phone in another room, and identity-based self-talk, I am a reader instead of I need to read. By week 3, reading daily had become almost automatic and even enjoyable. He barely had to remind himself to do it. At the end of 30 days, he reflected on a genuine personal transformation. What started as a 1-page-per-day habit had grown into a sustainable routine, and he finally felt in control of his daily schedule. His biggest lesson was real change happens through small, consistent actions, not big, dramatic efforts. He wrote that he fully recommends this approach, emphasizing that the keys are starting small, staying consistent, and focusing on identity shifts rather than outcomes. His experiment turned a once inconsistent person into someone who reads every day and trusts the process of gradual improvement. His success clearly illustrates James Clear's core message. Tiny daily wins build momentum and can reshape your lifestyle. If these stories are already clicking for you, please hit the like button. It helps Bummary share these liberating insights with more people. 4. Identity shift sparks creative and personal growth. Our fourth story comes from blogger Robin Vaccaro, who described how Atomic Habits lit a fire in her to reinvent herself and pursue her goals with new consistency. Initially feeling stuck in a rut, Robin was amazed by how the book seemed just written for her. Its ideas resonated deeply and immediately pumped her up with motivation. The concept of identity-based habits was a game changer for her. Rather than just setting goals, she started asking herself what would a successful person do in this situation. For example, she challenged her own excuses by thinking, would a productive person hit snooze? Or what would a writer do? Put off the blog or write a little today. By constantly reframing her actions as votes for the person she wanted to become, Robin found a surge of discipline and inspiration. In the weeks after reading, the changes were dramatic. She committed to posting a new blog every Sunday and actually did it. 3 blog posts in 3 weeks, which was more than she had done in the last year. She also began exercising multiple times per week, asking what would an athletic person do, and even adjusted small habits in her marriage, asking what would a good wife do to make her husband's life easier today. This mindset shift lit a fire within her and gave her newfound inspiration and ambition, as she puts it. The impact was not just on her output, but on her confidence. By casting votes for a better self every day, she actually started feeling like that person. Robin says Clear's words made her more accountable and driven than ever before, to the point that friends and family noticed the positive change. Her story highlights the emotional resonance of Atomic Habits. It empowered her to break out of complacency, redefine her identity, and steadily build the creative life she had always wanted, one small habit at a time.
5. Small steps to 6 years sober. Finally, not all habit changes are about adding routines. Some are about breaking free from harmful ones. One reader's Atomic Habits story shows how tiny behavioral shifts can help overcome addiction. This individual used the book's principles to quit drinking alcohol and stay sober long-term. First, he adopted an identity change. Instead of saying, "I'm trying not to drink," he started affirming, "I don't drink. I'm not a drinker." This settle mindset twig reframed sobriety as a positive part of who he is, rather than a loss. He then combined identity-based habit change with a clever reward system. I told myself, I am no longer a drinker. Then, after each day of non-drinking, I gave myself $10 to buy something nice rather than poison, he explained. By redirecting the reward, spending on clothes or household items, he made the habit of not drinking immediately satisfying in a tangible way. Over time, the new identity and reward loop really stuck. He eventually found he no longer needed the allowance at all to stay on track. Thanks to these atomic habits, he celebrated 6 years of sobriety, a life-changing turnaround from where he started. This story illustrates the emotional power of small incentives and mindset shifts. Rather than feeling like he was depriving himself, he felt like he was investing in his future happiness. Similarly, other readers have used a book to beat bad habits by focusing on identity. One smoker wrote that the difference between thinking, I can't smoke, deprivation, and I don't smoke, empowerment, was a powerful trainer for the brain. That positive framing helped him quit cigarettes by seeing himself as a healthy non-smoker, not as someone begrudgingly giving something up. In each case, Atomic Habits offered not just techniques, but hope. These small daily commitments gave people the agency to break addictions that once seemed insurmountable. The result is healthier, freer lives, built one day, one choice at a time. How Atomic Habits transforms your life. So, how does internalizing James Clear's systematic approach actually lead to these profound changes in your life quality? This book works by simplifying the process of habit formation and identity change. By emphasizing tiny, consistent actions, Clear removes the overwhelming feeling often associated with self-improvement, making success feel accessible. It changes the game from relying on motivation, which often fades, to building robust systems that automatically propel you forward. It empowers you to reshape who you are, making desired behaviors a natural extension of your identity. Atomic Habits also functions as a powerful guide to understanding the psychology behind habits. Clear breaks down the 4 laws of behavior change: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying, providing a practical framework you can apply to any area of your life. Ultimately, Atomic Habits empowers you to build a future where consistent progress leads to extraordinary results, creating the life you truly desire, one small habit at a time. Bummary's overall rating is 10 out of 10. We at Bummary consider Atomic Habits an absolutely outstanding and indispensable guide for anyone wanting to take control of their behavior and their life. James Clear's clear, engaging style, combined with actionable steps and a profound focus on identity and systems, makes it exceptionally effective. It's a highly recommended read for its clear roadmap to lasting change and self-mastery. This book truly delivers on its promise and deserves a perfect score. Its principles are timeless and universally applicable, making it a foundational text for personal development. Ready to build your better self? So there you have it, 5 incredible stories and the core insights from James Clear's transformative book, Atomic Habits. If you're ready to embrace the power of tiny habits, reshape your identity, and build a life of consistent improvement, this book is an absolute, undeniable must-read for you. To explore all the insights, grab your copy using the link in the description. It's packed with even more brilliant strategies, practical examples, and empowering advice designed to help you become the person you want to be. And if you found this Bummary helpful, insightful, and you're ready to make tiny changes that lead to massive results, please give us a thumbs up. Your support helps us create more amazing content and reach more people. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next insightful book summary. What's one small habit you're excited to start or break after hearing these stories? Share your plans in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning into Bummary. Until next time, keep building your atomic habits.